Hey everybody, I'm Jim Dalrymple with Inman. Let's talk about the news. So this week we reported that Opendoor, the biggest remaining iBuyer, just appointed a new CEO. Opendoor has struggled lately with the slower housing market, and the company was actually facing the prospect of being delisted from the stock market. But in recent months, online investors, meme stock traders, if you will, have focused on the company. They managed to drive share prices up, and they clamored successfully for leadership changes at the top. So the new CEO who comes to the company from Shopify is the latest chapter in this story. Relatedly, after the new CEO announcement on Wednesday, Opendoor shares surged on Thursday. So people who invested in the company, even relatively recently, just had a major payday. In other news, we reported this week that Compass just hired a new chief legal officer. Compass is the largest real estate brokerage by sales volume in the US, and they've also taken a pretty aggressive legal strategy with regard to their rivals. And it seems like that's going to continue with this new hire. The new chief legal officer, his name is Ethan Glass. He's probably best known to people in the real estate industry for representing the National Association of Realtors in a high-profile commission lawsuit. But he also has experience at the Justice Department. In the market, we've seen some mixed economic news lately, but maybe with some silver linings for real estate. Earlier in the week, new data showed that job growth was much lower than expected for the 12-month period ending in March. And that's obviously bad news for the broader economy. More people are having a harder time finding work. It's terrible. The silver lining for real estate was that by Wednesday, new data was showing that demand for mortgages was rising as rates fell. So the economy is always a complex picture, but in this case, a lot of brokers have been waiting for lower rates to unleash what they hoped would be a flood of activity. And it looks like we're maybe moving in that general direction right now, at least when it comes to rates. On the other hand, other new numbers this week showed that monthly homeownership costs have surged since 2019. So they've risen from about $1,600 per month back then to more than $2,000 per month in 2024. The jump is a result of all sorts of things, ranging from higher mortgages to costly insurance. But the takeaway here is that the current picture of the real estate industry remains complicated. That's it for now. We'll continue to follow these stories and many others, but in the meantime, thanks for tuning in. I'm Jim Dalrymple with Inman.